Good morning, my friend. So this is the first episode. This is Tuesday morning. And what we're going to be doing now is doing a podcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hopefully I have time to do it because it does take a little bit of time. But what I'm going to do is hopefully these are going to be 5-minute nugget sessions, golden nugget sessions, not nugget as in I'm a nugget, golden nugget sessions. I really enjoy putting out content. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I often question myself why I do it. Today's episode is going to explain why I do it to some degree. Now, I do get a lot of stick, a lot of pushback from people in the industry, and I can see why. Because they're saying, why are you advertising the industry? More people are coming in, therefore it's not going to be as successful because you're advertising. It's more competitive and people are listening to your podcast who wouldn't necessarily do so. Then also you're teaching them best practices and it's going to be harder for us all to compete. I get all that. I see where somebody's coming from, but I completely, fundamentally disagree with it. And here's why. We should never, ever, this podcast episode came from a conversation that I had with Dave Davies not years ago, maybe 15 months ago. And Dave was saying about people's opinion about me starting a podcast and also other people in the industry advertising to get other people in the industry. You probably know who I'm talking about, but I don't want to say names on this podcast. And that person was getting a lot of grief. And I said, listen, the way I think about it, Dave, is there's two types of competition. There's educated competition and there's uneducated competition. We should never, ever, ever be scared of educated competition. Educated competitors coming into the market. We should be fearful as hell as uneducated people coming into the market. The difference is educated people only come into your market if and when there's room. If it's an underserviced market like Mansfield, the people there at Mansfield should not be worried or scared or whatever about me coming into that market. Why? Because it's underserviced. It's an underserviced market. And the majority of the companies around there are full or nearly full. And to find out if it's underserviced, we simply times the population by 0.78. I mean, yes, there is other criteria in that because you can't times London by, you've got to go more micro and look at certain areas, 1 mile radius, 3 mile radius, etc. But that is a little bit too high level for this podcast. So as a general overview, a town, we just times it by, so Mansfield, for example, let's say round numbers, 100,000 people live there. And that means according to the national statistics from the Self-Storage Association, they should be 0.78 square foot per capita, per person. So that means there should be 78,000 square foot of self-storage in Mansfield. There isn't. It's underserviced. Even if I add mine in, it's still... No, it's not underserviced, by the way, but everybody, it's full now. it's as... it's where it should be. And so Mansfield, that I would consider myself as an educated self-storage owner operator. So therefore, people shouldn't be worried about me coming into the market because I'm only coming into your market if there's room. If there's room, I'm coming there. If there's not room, I'm thinking, do you know what? It's saturated. I'm not coming in there because I don't want to fight with people and lower prices and first to the bottom wins and all this. I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. There's rooms, there's areas around the country that are underserviced. So why would I go to an overserviced one? I'm going to an underserviced one today. I'm recording this on Monday in Scotland. Really excited by it. And everybody is full in the area. And I can't wait to go there because I can plank myself there and I can be competitive and it won't affect anybody else. What I am scared of is uneducated people. So what I'm trying to do with this podcast is educate people about self-storage. So the people who are coming into the market, who are just coming to self-storage, they're uneducated. They white open willy-nilly everywhere because they don't understand the criteria, the demographics. They don't understand any of that. They don't understand service, underserviced. And so me putting out the information that I'm putting out is educating people, educating self-storage owners or potential self-storage owners. Therefore, when they come into the market, it's okay because they're educated and they know there's an underserviced demand there that they can plug into. And if I'm not here and there's not the training available from the Self-Storage Association or the masterminds or whoever it may be, the young self-storage people, what is it called? I mean, I'm too old to go in that now. I can't believe it. Anyway, all that information out there is golden and they're serving the industry. It's actually serving the industry. But most people, don't take this the wrong way, if you are one of these people, I believe are short-sighted and not looking at the bigger picture. And yes, I know you're going to disagree with me. If you're that way inclined, and by all means, you can disagree with it. People can have different opinions and still be nice to each other. We don't have to be, you've got a different opinion than me, so therefore we're not talking, we're not friends anymore. I disagree with people, but that's okay. People disagree with me. What sort of a world would it be if we all agreed? It'd be absolutely shocking. So it's okay to disagree, but we should all disagree respectfully. That is the difference here. And sometimes I see people disagreeing and not being respectful. I don't think that's, and by the way, not with me, by the way. I hear of people, but don't say it to me. I hear of other people doing to other people. And I just feel like we need to take a step back, and it's okay to disagree, but let's do it respectfully. And that is what I don't think that we do as a whole. Sometimes when we disagree with someone, we think that person is completely wrong because we have a different stance and a different line on that. But it doesn't mean the other person is any less of a person or mean and nasty or horrible or whatever. We just disagree on certain things. So it's okay to disagree. So the reason I do this is, one, I love helping people. The messages I get, I absolutely love it. It gives me a right chuffy on. Yes, chuffy. That's the official terminology. It gives me a chuffy on. I enjoy it. I enjoy it when I get a message saying the whatever. And I like that. And also, I do want to educate people. And let me give you one example. An uneducated person is moved into Beverley. And by the way, it happens to be one of my friends. What? Mental, right? And an educated person will look at Beverley and think, okay, there's 3 self-storages in Beverley now. It's probably around about where it should be, probably a little bit over-serviced because of the amount of units available. But if somebody wanted to come in, that's fine, because you can make an argument, depending on where in Beverley you open, you can make an argument. But this person is uneducated, because not only they're coming to Beverley, I don't think that's the correct thing to do. But obviously, I am emotionally connected to this because it's my area. I don't want people to come in, obviously not. So forget that. But the uneducated point of view here is my price is £67 a week, including insurance, right? For a 20-foot container, £67 a week. Yes, we're getting that. Yes, we're completely full of them. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry, we're not now. We used to be full, but we've got a few empty. We are still having the best month, even though we're not as full as we once was. We are still very much doing. We've got the best revenue month ever, so we're doing well. But this person has come in and charging £25 per week. Why? Why £25 a week? What for? You could charge £50 a week and still be doing well. So yeah, I don't get it. And so I put here, this kind of uneducated approach drives prices down for all of us. So that inevitably will affect me. And the problem is, it's affecting him negatively as well. If it was an educated self-storage owner, then he would maybe put a price at £50 a week, £55 a week, £45, whatever it may be, and still do well. But we're holding the price above a certain level. Uneducated people are driving the price down for everybody. They're making the landscape more competitive. They're making it a race to the bottom. Who can charge the least? And we don't want to do that in self-storage. We have a product that we're proud to offer. And the last thing we want to do is start competing on price and driving it down. And so uneducated people coming to the market is bad for you. It's bad for me. It's bad for the industry. Educated people coming to the market isn't bad for everybody. And so my job, I believe, and the job of the young self-storage operator of the SSA Association, is to educate people. We should never, ever be scared of educated competition. It's uneducated competition that will come in, drive your prices down, drive your revenue down, drive your rate per square foot down, and drive your profit down. That surely, it makes sense that we need educated competition. Because then we can all hold a solid price. We all know how to market. We all know where to come into an underserviced, overserviced market. I put, this industry is amazing and gives so much opportunity, but it only works collectively. It only works if we're all educated. This is out of Pandora's Box. There is no putting it in Pandora's Box now. Everybody knows, a lot of investors know how good self-storage is. There's enough. I get alerts every single day about news articles regarding self-storage. It is mainstream now. So for those people who are trying to keep self-storage a secret and keep the returns a secret, it's gone. It's finished. It's out. regardless of me or anybody else, that the information is out there. So don't be mad at us, because the secret was always going to get out. So we are bringing in, whether you like it or I like it or not, we are bringing in new operators. We are bringing in new investment, new money, new funds. New institutional lenders are seeing self-storage differently now. So people are going to be coming in to self-storage. It is going to get more competitive. So the only thing we can do is educate them. Educate everybody. A rising tide lift all boats. And that's exactly what this does. If we allow everybody to be uneducated, it's worse for you, it's worse for me. People are coming in no matter what. People are going to come to this industry because of the returns. We've all seen how hard it is. Well, I don't know if you have, but it's really, really hard in America now. There is self-storages for the first time going under. And why? Because people were uneducated. They saw it. It was like a gold rush. Let's go in. And so we can't allow that to happen in the UK. We have to educate. We have to put out more information. We have to help people coming into the industry. We have to explain. We have to literally take them underneath our wing and say, listen here, kiddo, you can't open near me because you're too busy. And we need to educate them about prices, revenue management. Because if we all do things correctly, we'll always all get an amazing return out of it. But if we just batten down the hatches, lift the ladders up after us, and let the uneducated people fight it out, guess what? They will bring that fight to your doorstep, and it will affect you as well. And we don't want that, nor do we need that. So that, my friends, is one of the responsibilities I feel like I've got for this industry. We need to educate operators better, because people are going to come in regardless now. There's going to be more and more people coming in. And do you know what? I go back again. I think your location protects you against other people. So if you are looking for a new site, it's location, 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 and then location. And obviously underserviced. But it will protect you against other people coming in to have a good location. That is what I'm seeing in America. And if there's one takeaway you ever take from me, anybody looking to self-storage, do not save a couple of pounds per square foot on rent at the back of an industrial estate. Because yes, it will be a lot better now, but it might not be a lot better in 5-10 years or even sooner, because other people will come in and take your market share. So if you are looking at a site, just look at what the big boys do. Look at what the big boys do. They're not doing it because they're like spending extra money on buying a site on the main bloody motorway. No, they're not doing it because of that. They're doing it because it works. So all we've got to do is look at successful people and follow, copy, model. Success leaves clues. Do not. I mean, I saw a site the other day. Someone contacted me and said, Dean, I want to sell. This is how much revenue you take. This is how much money we're making. I only want a 2.8 times multiple. And I was like, oh, 2.8 times multiple? That profit? Yeah, that's perfect. And I looked at the site and I thought, I can't give you it. I can't give you 2.8 times multiple because you're back of an industrial estate. As soon as competition comes in your area, which it wasn't, there isn't much competition, then I need to spend more money on Google Ads. I need to spend more money on SEO to make my presence be known, because you're invisible. You're physically invisible. And when you're physically invisible, you need to be digitally loud. And that costs money. And that is hard to do because you're competing with people who have endless amounts of money. So, my friends, my takeaway is, let's educate everybody else. Let's help other people, because otherwise you get to the position where I'm in, where a competitor's coming, a mate of mine. What's a donut? Dean, can I have some help, mate? Yeah, up in the self-storage. Yeah, I know it's against you, but, blah, 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 blah. Just a bit of advice. Where would you price it? Right, mate, but here's what I do. None of that. Just like, he's charging 67 quid a week. I'm going to charge 25. Like, what? Even rural Scotland. Sorry, Scotland. But I mean, because you look at the price per square foot on the map and where's the highest, etc. And even them sort of places, even in Wales, there's some cheap self-storages in Wales. I think the cheapest I've seen, or not the cheapest I've seen, but I've seen obviously £20 a week at some places, which is crazy. But they're banged up containers. These containers are new in Beverley. They're new. And so I have never, ever seen new containers at £25 a week. And that's including VAT. That's it. That's your bottom line. No insurance either. Like, mate, what are you doing? Anyway, obviously, I don't get it. I don't get it. And so my job, your job, our job as an industry is to help educate people as much as possible. Whether you like it or not, the secret's out. People are coming. People are coming to self-storage. And if you think it's competitive now, wait 5 years. You wait 5 years. I can't wait, because we'll see who's a good operators and who's a bad operators. And there will be plenty of opportunities to hoover up these sites that are struggling, because we're getting more and more institutional lenders, funds, everything coming into, there's more money basically coming in self-storage, more investment, and it's going to get harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to operate and to make money. And we only have to see what's happening in America that will always happen here. And so it's going to be interesting times, my friends. I can't wait. I think it's going to be brilliant for educated operators. I think uneducated operators are going to really, really struggle with the returns. But that's where it's our job to help them, to educate them, to make sure they don't make mistakes in the first place. Anyway, hopefully that is 15 minutes. Jesus, it's been a rant for 15 minutes. It was only supposed to be 5 minutes, a 5-minute session. Right, rest of the week, 5-minute podcast. Okay. Right, I'm going. I love you. I appreciate you. And yeah, hopefully I haven't offended too many people. See you later, bye.